A long time ago, in a beautiful land called Persia, lived a kind and brave girl named Esther. She was just an ordinary girl, but God had a very big plan for her life. Esther lived with her cousin Mordecai, who raised her like a daughter. Esther was beautiful on the outside, but even more beautiful on the inside, because she was kind, wise, and trusted God. One day, the king of Persia needed a new queen. He looked all over the land for someone special, and guess who he chose? Esther. But the king didn't know she was Jewish, part of God's chosen people. Mordecai told her to keep it a secret, for now. Esther became queen, but her heart stayed humble. She never forgot where she came from, and she always listened to Mordecai's. But then trouble came. A mean man named Haman worked for the king. Haman hated the Jews, especially Mordecai, because Mordecai wouldn't bow down to him. Haman came up with a terrible plan to get rid of all the Jews in the kingdom. When Mordecai heard this, he was heartbroken. He sent a message to Queen Esther. "Please, you must talk to the king and ask him to save our people." Esther was scared. No one was allowed to go to the king unless they were invited. If she went without being called, the king could say no, or worse, she could be punished. But Mordecai reminded her, "Who knows, maybe God made you queen for such a time as this." Esther thought about it. She prayed. Then she made a brave decision. She said, "I will go to the king, and if I perish, I perish." Esther went to the king, and guess what? The king welcomed her. She invited the king and Haman to a special dinner. At the second dinner, Esther told the king everything. "I am Jewish, and someone is trying to hurt my people." The king was shocked. Who would do such a thing? Esther pointed to Haman. "He's the one." The king was so angry that he stopped Haman's plan and made sure the Jews were safe. Because of Esther's courage, her people were saved. Esther didn't wear a cape or carry a sword, but she was a real hero. She stood up for what was right, even when it was scary. Sometimes God puts us in just the right place at just the right time to do something very important. Like Esther, we can be brave, kind, and trust that God is with us, even when it's hard.